Good morning. August 11th, or excuse me, it's August 11th. Sunday morning. We should all pray. We need to pray because we got a problem in this country. Hopefully, we'll take care of November 5th. And by August 21st, we need to take care of some problems in this county. And the first thing I want to talk about is the word above my head, vote. Look, we have Ernesto's out there, and it's 8 or 9 days out. And the day of the main election, it could be pouring rain and storming. We could have people evacuating. You know, it's that time of year, and you know how active the Caribbean is right now. So, weather's good. You know, Geronimo, South Annex, Freeport, Defuniak Springs. Get on the supervisor of election site if you're out there in Mossy Head or Paxton and see where you're early voting. Maybe there's one in Luciana. I haven't read them all. But there's plenty of early voting opportunities. Ryan's got those things. Hell, it's open today. But before you go vote, vote educated. If you're a conservative, you need to go watch something, and I'm going to stop right here and talk about this. But like I said, please go vote. In Walton County, we've had precincts turn out less than 20% of the voters in primaries. And huge decisions were made because of that. We've got people that have been in office too long, just like a diaper's been on a toddler too long. They need to be changed for the same reasons, because they're both full of crap. I want to show you a video on YouTube. Hold on. This is a video on YouTube of Kerry Carpenter, Sergeant Kerry Carpenter, who retired from the WCSO. I've never heard such a eloquent discussion of something that people are living in fear of. And you should watch this. If you're a conservative, if you want to see what a socialist democratic organization looks like, you need to go watch this video. It just came out this morning, and I'd say I thank you, Kerry, for your bravery of standing up for the people who are scared to stand up, but this is America, and this is a constitution, and you need to listen to this young lady as she tells you what it was like to go through two different opposing administrations and where we are today. Her discussions about it should shock you, and know that she stands ready to take polygraphs or anything, is my understanding. We've seen this weekend, I was at the polls all day Saturday, and the sheriff and Trey rode by. The sheriff cruised through there. He was checking on his Chuck Wilder. Listen, it's absolute. This is the team. You're either on the sheriff, Tony Anderson, Trey Nick, Chuck Wilder. You're on the corruption quartet team, or you're on a team for change and some transparency in our taxes and our government, and not having one guy in control of everything that has the power to make people live in fear. There's a common theme, and it's just not Crazy Allen saying it, and they're saying it at the polls. It's a vote of no confidence. And a lot of people that watch the Alan Osborne show stop and talk to me. Even Trey rolled down the window yesterday when I was standing out there, and Matt Gates and Brad Drake came to visit South Walton. We're out there waving at voters and talking to them. And old Trey pulled in right behind the sheriff. Coincidence? I think not. And he rolled down the window and he said, "What's going on, fellas?" I says, "Not much, sugar booger. What you up to?" He said, "Alan, I seen you later show." And he just looked down and said, "Just making you famous, Trey." Or infamous. Depends on whose point of view is it, doesn't it? But listen, it ought to scare the hell out of you. You know, Chuck Wilder's basically a career Democrat. Most of the time he didn't even bother to vote. Chuck, you're just spewing bullshit because you're behind. And I guess, Chuck, if you want to hook up to racist Trey and Tony, and you and the sheriff want to use the Gestapo of green shirts to influence people, well, hell, go ahead, but we see through it. And it won't matter what the outcome is, actually. The truth will show itself even after the 21st. Even if it doesn't go my way, the truth will still be out there on the streets, because We've looked behind the green curtain of Oz. It's appropriate for so many reasons that Sheriff chooses those green shirts. His phony baloney speech and that stuff. I wish I had the whole video of every candidate, but we up at Mossy Head. But I thought Mossy Head was filming it, and find out, surprise, surprise, Teddy, that was Chuck's camera set up, and the rest of us don't have access to that. So we came to be a product for Chuck, and I didn't realize that, but that's okay. Hey, Teddy Stewart, I want you to go watch the Walton County Way and go look at that video posted by 98 Road Rager. Teddy, it's on Facebook. I want you to go read it. The second thing I want you, or watch it. The second thing I want you to do, Teddy, is this. I want you to go read your post about the courage of Brad Drake and Donna Johns standing up to obvious evil within this county. And somehow, Teddy, you're now in evil's camp. And Teddy, honestly, between me and you, I don't know why you're there. Teddy, you were a union representative of the police. And here's a video showing that Mike hates people who represent a union for standards. He totally stands against you and all that. Don't you think Mike's really in this? And you don't see, Teddy, the connection between him and Graham Fountain and Eric Aiden and A.J. Smith? That when they buy that multi-million-dollar radio system that Graham Fountain, who helped Mike, and Mike helped Graham, and Graham helped Aiden, and Mike helped Aiden, that they're all need to go along with that to make old Graham. That's just my opinion. I mean, I don't have any proof of it, but I can connect the dots. I don't have any proof over that piece of land in the Funiac Springs, but everybody go look at the facts and you determine your own thing. What's the motivation? Why is that? Why do they have to have 3 votes in Okaloosa County Commission and 3 votes? Why are these 2 sheriffs so involved in this? And why does our sheriff get most of his money from people who aren't in Walton County? Developers in Davie County? Mike, how are you talking about Walton when all your money is from people mostly who aren't here? And your own deputies. Mike, you need to go watch the Walton Way because your deputies are out here campaigning like hell and having screen names. Donnie Clark, you and Audie and all these people, you better go read that letter I wrote Mike and know what's going on out here because you guys are culpable to it and you're participating. That's my accusations. I'm glad to talk to either one of you heads, and I ain't got no use for Audie after what he's let Bobby Hoke do to the public. If you want to know who runs the goons, it's Audie. If you see all the sheriff's department treating people horribly at public meetings like everybody has seen them do, including you, Teddy Stewart, and you've said so, it was ridiculous. The Gestapo walking around. The sheriff's department should be for the people, not to watch the people. That's what Socialist Democrat Congress, that's what you're seeing across. That's what Trump's trying to stop. You can't be for that if you're for Trump. And if you're locally for Trump, you can't have Tony ruining your beach and your infrastructure because he owes a few developers. Or if you people out there who aren't in the right church, and we know which one it is, the one that's not really a church, do you people want those people going to that non-church deciding what your moral structure is in this county? Because they're influencing the hell out of it. You can't make this shit up on the Alan Osborne, but you can get educated and you can vote early and your vote counts. Get down there and vote early and vote for those people. I'm voting Getz and Greger, Murray, Morano, Curry, and Drake because I want some morals and some fairness in the county. Now, will I agree with Brad and Dan and Barbara and Aaron all the time? No, I won't. I'm Alan Osborne. I'm sure they'll do some things I don't agree with. I don't agree with everything. But to listen to Joe Johnson, who's in on all these government deals like a good old Democrat socialist wants to make his money on, do you know that man's been in charge of your variances in this county for 30 years? I'll show you how one variance that he championed, and I'll read the newspaper's words about where it stood and how you, the taxpayers, based off that one man's petition for a variance and to lead the way on it, probably cost the taxpayers $4 million because we had to turn around and buy the land that was previously not worth very much without Joe's variance. You can't make this shit up, and you cannot make up what's on the Walton County Way on road rage. Listen to Sammy Jackson's videos, listen to watch Derek's interview of that sheriff, and know how much bravery it took for her to come out and say what everybody knows. Get out there and do something. Make your vote count. The Constitution matters. I'm a veteran for open government and closed borders and a conservative nation once again. I hope you are too. I'll see you next time on the Alan Osborne Show.